That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
Oh, calm down.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
Why are these two working together? Are they somehow related, or are they, like, just two bad guys mutually benefiting?
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I've heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Guys, you're killing me. He's only been on the news all the time.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
Yeah.
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes.
Well, it's very simple. All we need to do is take out our phones, open up the app, and see if his name calls up a palace.
Mom.
Shido, huh?
Yeah, he was always reacting to Shido on the news. I noticed that. I hope I mentioned it, but it was always like he just had like this really gruff expression. And since we know that he's a government, well, an ex-government official of some sort, he probably
What is the matter?
knows something.
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this. Just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do, so I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
because it would have been spoilers.
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Yup.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I know, right? I bet everybody would like to know in the country that I'm from.
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
I don't know. The Diet Building or the election headquarters? Election headquarters? I don't know.
Talk about
Diet Building? Okay.
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
What about Akechi?
No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a
Who
worthy
would be
opponent.
against this? He's already tried to kill us!
Let's win this together. Time for revenge. Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that Diet Building place is.
I don't know.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An amusement park?
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
I don't know. Where would a thief be found?
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
I said amusement park because I was like, maybe he's as arrogant as he says. And maybe he thinks of this all as a game.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal. We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal. Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research.
Well, I'm glad this is explaining this, because otherwise I had no idea why these two would work together. They're both bad, that's it.
I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side, until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals. Which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations. But flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister.
So I didn't want to say anything too much during this because honestly, there's not much to comment on. They're basically explaining the whole setup for this whole thing, and once you find out that they're working together, I mean, the only question I had was why, and they've just explained why. So I still wonder how we're gonna handle Akechi. Is he going to just show up inside the palace, and we're gonna have to fight him and Shido's shadow?
However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the Chosen One. Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well, that's ominous.
Guess you won't be going to school for a while. Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far.
Are these new blankets?
And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end.
Also, I haven't capped out Akechi's social link. Is it just gonna auto-cap? I don't understand.
Well, how do I put this?
Looks like things are finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest. The chief's right. Let's hit the hay. Oh my gosh. Time to save. Alright.
Nice.
Back to recording. What is going on? Oh, by the way, the police report on your death isn't going to show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems Prosecutor Nijima worked out some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. I mean, they haven't even said anything to me yet, even. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine. And I guess if they reported your death now, they'd basically be saying you were a phantom thief. They can't really go announcing what the phantom thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid that. That reminds me, your relationship with Akechi unexpectedly grew stronger, didn't it? Even though Akechi was talking to the fake you at the time. That's true. Akechi met the cognitive you in the palace. I don't know what he said to that version of you in there. We should make use of this. And if nothing else, it shows our operation was a smashing success. Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip? That kind of came in handy. Yeah, that's kind of where I thought that was going. How so? Well, remember how I put that wiretap app on in Akechi's phone? Basically, that let me see GPS info for 2 phones, yours and his. Now, what could I do with that info? I'd be able to tell the precise moment Nijima, who had your phone, ran into Akechi. That's when I saw my chance and beep, set the signal to activate the metaverse navigator. But there was the chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Sainijima to show the phone to Akechi.
Whoa.
This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it.
But
Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh? That is... I gotta tell you, we would have been so boned without this exact team of people. Yeah, of course, you want me to go to bed. I understand.
I'm gonna head back then.
I guess I'll head home. Go to bed, alright? To bed! Apparently, Akechi arrested the leader of the Phantom Thieves. He's a hero. I'm so glad Akechi's back. I hope they catch the rest of the Phantom Thieves, too. He really is amazing. Oh my gosh. Am I Ryuji? There's no point in having an election. Shido's gonna win. Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is. Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him. Like he can fix whatever problem we have. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who does it. Just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those Phantom Thieves were nothing more than scum in the end. We'll show you. Jesus! He still talks about it. Oh well. I heard you went home, so I announced it during homeroom. Are you okay? I am, thanks. You are alive! The news is reporting you committed suicide. Call me when you can. I was so confused. But as long as you're safe, don't worry about school, just take care of yourself. Is it true that the leader of the Phantom Thieves died? How could the police let him commit suicide in jail? They need to get their shit together. Quiet down, you're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. I swear, you're like monkeys in a zoo. Oh yeah. I received word from Pulcher's family that he'll be absent for a bit. Jeez, what do you people think school is anyway? It's almost time. I'm sure that won't start any rumors. Hey, it can't be true, can it? Please tell me you're okay. I'm all good. Oh, thank God you're safe. That suicide report was all over the news, and Miss Kawakami said you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging the question when I tried to ask him. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fan site is a real mess right now, but I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck! I just got a chat message from Oya. Some crazy stuff is going down with the Phantom Thieves. Are you okay? No worries. Really? That's good. It's chaos over here because of the Phantom Thieves. You're still alive, so you must be scheming something, right? I gotta prepare myself for one more mountain. But I'm glad you're okay. I'm busy, so I'll talk to you again later. Don't need to worry about it in here, but try not to do anything to draw attention. Anyway, today's a day off, so eat your curry and take it easy. You can take your time with it too. It's not like any customers are going to be showing up.
Okay.
Let's try and think of the keyword once the Chief's curry has energized you. I don't know what it could be. I know I threw out like amusement park. It could be like an actual like palace or something. What would a god reside in? I don't know. Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It's hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering, if he's behind all of those mental shutdowns, doesn't that mean all the weird accidents that were from these past few years were his fault? Like that subway accident back in April. Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Wait, are you trying to say that Shido caused that accident? But But it's the subway. Does he not care about innocent lives? This man seems to be truly unbelievable. Supposedly, there are still tons of victims from that in the hospital even now. Masayoshi Shido. How many has he killed over the years? How could we ever understand what goes in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try and think about it on site? Let's try that. If we're going to go, I'd like Akio to join, but will that be okay? Won't somebody spot him there? We'll probably figure out the keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I can throw off anyone who tails us with my blazing speed. Alright, let's have Akio-kun join us then. Remember though, going with the intent of not being seen. Okay, let's meet in front of the diet building and force that bastard's palace open. Alright, let's head to the diet building. Make sure you aren't discovered, okay? I don't know what to think.
What is it?
You going out? That's the plan. You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Sheesh, the stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late. Yeah, wearing a hoodie over my head is totes not suspicious.
Akechi isn't here.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet Building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
I don't know.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
No.
Conditions have not been met. What about a mansion?
Too easy.
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
No.
What about an arena, like the Colosseum?
Doubt it.
Imperial Palace?
That would be right.
Conditions have not been met.
It's no good. I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Well, maybe it had some special move written in it.
Is that even possible?
Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him. Excuse me, I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
An exemplary answer.
It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once. Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay? We should all think about this tonight.
Yeah, try to stay out of that.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. No matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Well, it's kind of because they got rid of all the competition.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
I tried looking Shido's interviews up online. They all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old and has gone from being a metropolitan assemblyman to a representative. Though he is a cabinet minister, he's split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. Shido's a cabinet minister? For real? He was specially appointed to the position. That's his current title. Apparently, he also won a contest for who people would most like to have as their boss. Even on the news sites, even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the Prime Minister. If only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
Ugh.
Shido's reputation is truly astronomical. It's preposterous. This isn't the popularity level of a normal politician anymore. What's so great about him? I seriously don't get it. He's a strong leader who protects his citizens. Well, supposedly. Is everyone blind? We'll just need to shed light on who he really is. By the way, is it okay if my sister joins us tomorrow? She's hoping she can be of help as well. Fine by me. Okay, I'll tell her that. Okay, I'll figure out the keywords tomorrow for sure. What's with all the love for Shido? I get no one knows about the truth about him, but it still creeps me out.
Nice.
It's not that much different from what was happening with us. To bed. You know, I've been kind of wondering something. We know that Akechi got, Akechi is bae. We know that Akechi, was doing this stuff before we came around. But who gave Akechi his powers? 'Cause, the reason why I got the app in the first place was from the Velvet Room. Igor gave it to me. So, how did Akechi get it? Who gave it to him? That's a curious thing. As your physician, I would like to confirm something. Please contact me as soon as you see this. What do you need? Stop making me worried. I'm glad you're okay. I just got nervous when I saw the news. Well, I'll be at the clinic if you need any medicine. Something about the Phantom Thieves on TV. Well, that's right. Aren't you all supposed to be gathering here today? Make sure you finish eating before everyone shows up. It's almost time for our meeting. I wonder if anybody has figured out the keyword. Well, honestly, the Imperial Palace would have been what I was guessing, so...
Last one. Diamond mine.
Conditions have not been met.
No good.
How many do we miss?
Perhaps he truly does have a barrier up.
Right?
That's not something to be excited about.
What would have a barrier?
We know all the way up to Diet Building 2.
So you enter keywords into the Metaverse Navigator.
Boss, can you turn the TV on? Shido might be on it.
Sure thing.
Goro Akechi. Him and his stupid composed face.
So, Akechi-san. Is it true you withdrew yourself from the media as part of your plan to capture the Phantom Thieves?
I truly apologize for causing such a stir. Honestly, it required a lot of courage to openly oppose them when their popularity was at its peak. I mean, people often lashed out at me online and whatnot.
Oh, stop it.
Then was it also your plan when you said they weren't at fault after their popularity declined?
That was to catch them off guard. I could say I applied my profiling knowledge. Once they lost public support, someone they thought was their greatest enemy lent a hand. That's the same strategy used in romance, wouldn't you agree?
Why is he being treated as an ace detective of justice?
Isn't it obvious?
It's not just on TV or online. Newspapers, magazines. I see his face everywhere.
On the other hand, no one's hoping for our comeback on the fan site. Like, at all.
The Phantom Thieves are evil. Shido and Akechi are just. It should be the other way around.
They're manipulating information using the media.
Leaving Akechi aside, we'll get back at him later. Our main issue is Shido.
Were there any instances before when you didn't know the palace keywords?
Oh, there were a couple of times.
Well, there was the time with Futaba.
We didn't know anything about her, so all we could do was make conjectures.
Then why don't we just go directly and see Shido?
That's impossible. He's surrounded by bodyguards and followers all the time.
There's no way high school students can get an appointment with him either.
Well, we do have an adult with us.
No, that's still impossible. Besides, that's too dangerous a method.
Well, this is a problem.
What's with the ruckus outside?
To everyone gathered before Yongin Jaya Station.
Isn't that an election campaign car?
Oh right! The candidates are currently campaigning!
That voice.
I apologize for the commotion. I am Masayoshi Shido.
Wait, did he just say Shido?
Yeah, he did!
It sounds like the same voice I heard back then. I don't remember what he had said back then. Did he say something that would have given away?
Man, talk about being lucky! We can go check him out without an appointment now!
Hey, Ryuji ran off toward the station. This way! Hurry! By the way, did something happen? It didn't seem well a moment ago.
Now is the time to rebuild this crumbling nation. Our government is littered with scandals, and criminals have taken a strong foothold in our society. Such a disgraceful past must be discarded. We must set sail into a new future of dreams and hope. So our children who carry the burden of the next generation can be proud of their country. So our nation can once again become a powerful one with the abundant wealth and luxury. So our beautiful home will be acknowledged as the best country in the world. Is it this way? It's a little dangerous just to be walking up over here.
I humbly ask that you cast your vote for me, Masayoshi Shido. Let us all set sail toward a happy future, together.
Are we some sort of like ship?
I hope to continue serving you all.
that the guy? You guys wait here. I'll go get intel for us.
Wait!
Hey! Yo, Shido-san!
Stand back.
I just want to talk to him for a sec.
He's a busy man.
The hell? Ain't he supposed to hear a citizen's comments?
That's enough, Brad.
Oh my gosh.
You're that asshole we met at the hotel before, at the elevators. Oh, I'm sorry. So you can butt in front of other people if you're in a hurry?
What are you talking about?
Ryuji.
That moron!
Oh, crap, why am I here? No!
Come on, stop!
But these guys...
Hey, kid. You don't want to know what happens when you cross me.
That voice.
It seems the customer base has changed since I was here last. Have they started a daycare? This ain't a show. Get lost, kid. Damn brat! I'll sue!
This man. There's no mistake. He's the same man as the one from before. Oh, great.
What are you looking at? This country is filled with clueless children.
Maybe he doesn't recognize
I worry
me.
for Japan's future. Let them go. My next appointment is coming up.
Oh, good. He didn't figure out who I was.
What a piece of shit. So what do you think after seeing him in person?
He's why I got arrested.
Wait, he's the jerk you told us about before?
Yeah, I recognized him immediately.
The same guy? For real? Seriously?
You're sure, aren't you? Shido's the one who ruined your life.
Holy shit. I don't believe it.
Let's get going, okay?
What's wrong with Morgana? Has he figured something out?
Shido's the guy who set you up?
What kind of fate brought you two back together?
I want to know myself.
Talk about a destined connection. Shido was involved in the cognitive research too, right? This can't be dismissed as just a coincidence.
God, what the hell's going on here?
Shido was already a politician then, yet he sued a student and ruined his future? He must have pulled some strings so that his name wouldn't be mentioned. Furthermore, he also would have had to force that woman into making a false statement.
He would do anything. We're talking about a man who ordered a hit inside the police station.
He can't sit still until he crushes whoever opposes him, no matter how trivial. He's always been that way.
What a piece of shit. Children are the future, my ass! What he's saying and doing are completely different!
But now that we found out who did it, can't something be done about his record?
I doubt it.
Once the courts have made a judgment, overturning that decision will be difficult. It'd barely be possible even if proof of innocence is presented and Shido admits to his crimes.
At any rate, we need to trigger a change of heart in him.
Be that as it may, Shido's outer appearance and his true face are wholly different. It's beyond hypocritical. It's as if he's an entirely different person. He speaks about the good of the country. It makes me wonder what really is on his mind.
That man's full of ambition to rise in the world. He only thinks of the weak as stepping stools for his success.
I don't know what would be his palace keyword.
He treats himself as an elite man while looking down on others.
That's the
I
worst.
assume the keyword for what he believes the Diet building is will be despicable too.
I don't know.
It must be something self-centered and completely different from politics.
Self-centered, completely different from politics. All I can think of is like a stage.
Someone like him needs to be punished as soon as possible.
But that wouldn't make an entertaining dungeon. The thing is like, I already know that like the dungeon has to be interesting and fun. And I can't think of anything at this moment.
Let's head to the diet building again right after school tomorrow. I feel we'll get it this time.
Stewing over it won't get anywhere. We have to do this.
I don't know. The guy behind everything turned out to be your arch enemy. What an oddly poetic twist.
Nice.
Oh. I like it.
Wow. Well then.
I'll help you out. Let's get some payback on Shido.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those clothes. You'd stand out if everyone else is wearing their school uniforms. It'd be a good idea to wear your uniform when you head out. Ah, good point. Wow, you think of everything, Morgana. Seems like there'll be a higher voter turnout at this election. It'll totally be an easy win for Shido-kun. He really got famous from all that Phantom Thieves business. He's on track to be a prime minister. Guess I should be on Shido's side. I've actually been paying attention to the news lately. Aren't you proud of me? Don't you leave it on hoping that Akechi will be there? Well, not that I blame you. He's a real hero. I think Masayoshi Shido is even more amazing, though. He's the first politician I've ever believed in. Oh, I know Shido-san, too. Sounds like he really wants to improve the country. Can't they see they're being lied to? You have to do something. See, Ryuji, this is how you get angry. You don't talk about the Phantom Thieves.